7 things you have to stop buying to get rich. Number 1, extended warranties. When you're going to buy a new laptop, a new phone, you'll always get upsold an extended warranty. Stop! Don't do it. It's just a simple upsell. By the time that technology is old enough, you're gonna upgrade it and you won't need the extended warranty. And the quality of things now is so good that it's very unlikely that you're ever gonna need it. But they're playing on your safety mechanisms. They're playing on your pain. Like, what happens if I've spent the money and I need a new one? Oh my God. Statistically, it's probably not going to break, okay? But they're gonna play on your emotions and get you right at the point of sale on the day when you're in there buying a new phone or buying a new laptop, and it's going to actually take your money for no reason, okay? So the other day, I was in with my wife, we're buying a brand new laptop to take for us overseas and traveling, and we needed a small one, so I went in there to purchase it, and of course, the question pops up, hey, would you like the extended warranty for another $200? Bow. No thanks, I'll be okay, because by the time the warranty runs out, it'll probably be time to upgrade. But if not, I'm fairly certain that Microsoft's quality is so good that we're not gonna need the extended warranty. It's already under warranty. If it's gonna break, it's gonna break in the next year to 2 years, okay? So you don't wanna get the extended warranty. It's just a way to upsell you, play on your emotions, and take money from your wallet you don't need to spend. The second thing you need to avoid spending on if you wanna get rich, okay, is of course eating out. I mean, it's just so expensive now to eat out, particularly after COVID. It's expensive to even get takeout. It's expensive to get Uber Eats. It's expensive to go to a restaurant. Why? Because the amount of labor and staff required to deliver that to you on your table and cook it and serve it and so forth and open the lights and run the shop, the retail, is so expensive that all the money is costing to do that is in your food and you're paying for it, okay? So there's more effective ways to eat than eating out. And Dave Ramsey says the only time you should see an inside of a restaurant is if you're working there. So eating out, please avoid that if you're wanting to get rich, okay? The third thing you want to avoid spending money on to get rich is new cars, okay? New cars. You don't have to spend on a new car, okay? It's okay if someone else has owned it, all right? The sting you get if you go and buy a new car is so much money, okay? Because they're selling it for a very, very premium price, and as soon as you get in that car and you drive it off the lot, it drops in value, okay? As soon as you actually drive it off. So what you wanna look for is you wanna look for a fairly new secondhand car. So for me personally, when we bought our Range Rover, we actually didn't buy it brand new. I knew that out of the $200,000 I had to spend to buy a new one, 100,000 of it was just because it was brand new. What a waste of $100,000. You have to earn about 150,000 to spend 100,000, okay? So it will depreciate by that much over time if you buy brand new. So I knew this. So I thought, I wanna buy secondhand, but I didn't wanna just go and buy a lemon. So the key to buying secondhand is to do it through secondhand dealers, okay? That's the trick. Not privately. You wanna go to a car dealership that specializes in secondhand sales, because they've done all the mechanical work on it, they've done the inspections, and there's a level of certainty with the quality of the car they're selling you, and at least you have someone to go and talk to if that's not the case, okay? So it's so much more important to buy secondhand than brand new, because you'll save yourself. We personally saved ourselves $100,000 in depreciation by actually going and get a secondhand Range Rover Sport instead of a brand new one, and you do it through a dealer. It's easier experience, they'll do it all for you, drive the lot, and since buying that 3 years ago, we've not had one single problem with that car, okay? So these thoughts about, oh, it's secondhand, someone's, destroyed the car, someone's done this. The person we bought off was a lady who rarely drove it. So you can buy almost brand new cars through a dealer and you'll save yourself a fortune, okay? And that's how you get rich, by being better with how you spend your money, okay? The fourth thing you want to avoid when it comes to getting rich, spending your money on, is this: expensive hotels, okay? Of course, sometimes you've got to stay in hotels if you're traveling, if you're on business, whatever it is. But it's so easy to be seduced by the really expensive, beautiful Beverly Wilshire, this beautiful Marriott, this particularly beautiful area here, right? Whatever it is, whatever hotel it is, you don't always have to stay in the most expensive hotel because it's the best, all right? It's the fastest way to lose money, okay? So here's what happened to us. We recently got back from a 6-week trip. We spent about 3 weeks in the United States, where of course accommodation, food, everything's very expensive, especially on the Australian dollar. And so for us, we had a few choices to choose when it came to our hotels. So when we went to Phoenix, we didn't stay in the best hotel in Scottsdale, Arizona. We stayed in a business hotel that was nice, but it wasn't anywhere near as expensive. Stayed there for 5 nights. The second place we went to was in Cancun, and we stayed in an all-inclusive, which saved us a fortune on food and beverages. The third place we went to Orlando for the ClickFunnels event, the Russell Brunson event in Orlando, which was a huge event. And of course, we could have stayed in the same hotel as the venue. Now, when I'm speaking at events, I will always stay in the venue because it makes more sense cents and usually someone else pays for me. But on this occasion, we stayed at a hotel that was so close. It was a walk or a fast Uber drive, and it was at least $2,500 cheaper for those 5 days. So of course we took that money we saved there and it allowed us to spend a bit of money on food and other incidentals from the event that were more important, okay? So just be careful about how you're spending money on hotels, because if you just play it smart, you can still stay in a hotel, but you don't have to stay in the one that's $500, $600, $700, $800 a night. You can stay in one that's a lot more affordable, still really nice and classy, but it's just a little bit further away, it's just a little bit more inconvenient, and you'll save yourself thousands of dollars. The fourth thing you want to avoid spending money on if you want to get rich is overpriced gifts, or too many gifts, or gifts that people aren't going to use and it's not effective and you're just doing it because you're trying to play the social status game, or you're not really thoughtful about it, okay? So it's very important just to not give gifts willy-nilly. You can actually give someone an amazing gift that doesn't cost that much money, okay? So what I would encourage you to do is think about what that person really values, and if their love language is not receiving gifts, then maybe it's quality time with them. Maybe you can send them an IOU 1 hour coffee. Maybe you can just write a nice, really heartfelt card. Maybe you can do something exciting for them that's thrilling, that is really valuable to whatever their love language is. So have a think about what are the things they actually value in life, and instead of you just going out and buying money because society says you need to give them a gift for this particular time or reason, just have a second to think about that and think, what will really light this person up that will actually still be valuable to them, that doesn't cost me any money. And I see this all the time if I'm talking to someone about, they say, I really want to take the kids on a vacation. And of course they go, I really want to take it to Disney World. I'm thinking to myself, well, just before you go to Disney World, why can't you just go to the beach with them? You know, some parents don't even take their kids to the beach. They're trying to fantasize about these amazing trips, but at the end of the day, you can do these incredible trips and give them these gifts without spending a ton of money. Just be a little bit more thoughtful about it. Sometimes a nice handwritten letter will do a lot more for your friendship and a lot more for your back pocket than it will just to go out and buy an expensive gift and give it to someone, okay? So beware of just buying expensive gifts for birthdays and all these other things that pop up. Society says, you must do this now, okay? Just be careful of that. The fifth thing you want to avoid spending money on if you want to get rich is overpriced gifts, or gifts for every occasion just because society tells you have to do it, okay? Just because it's Valentine's Day doesn't mean you have to go out and spend thousands of dollars on roses. Just because it's someone's birthday doesn't mean you got to spend thousands of dollars on a present that we're not even going to use, okay? Just because it's Christmas doesn't mean you have to go crazy with gifts. Obviously, gift giving is important. It's one of the aspects of how you build relationships with people, but not everyone's love language is gift receiving. So the very first step to avoid this trap is to identify and figure out what is their love language. Maybe they don't even like receiving gifts, okay? And even if they do, sometimes the most important and best gifts don't cost any money. A handwritten card, a handwritten letter, quality time, okay? Acts of service, things you can do with the skill set you even have to give them a gift they'll always remember. A friend of mine recently showed me how simple it is to do this, because for my birthday, he didn't give me an expensive gift. He gave me something incredibly more valuable to me. It was still a gift to me, but he understands my love language, and he understood, wow, maybe this is going to be more valuable to Lloyd than some silly gift and some novelty. What he gave me was a video testimonial for one of my programs, and that was one of the best gifts I got. It didn't cost him any money. It cost him a little bit of his time, which didn't take very long. He sent it to me and said, hey, I want to give you this gift for your birthday. And I thought that was the coolest thing. Didn't cost him any money. It was very, very high value to me, much more high value than anything physically he could have bought for me. So it's not about not giving gifts, it's about being a little bit more sensible about it. You don't have to take the kids to Disney World Orlando in the first year of you having a family holiday. Why not just go to the beach together first? Just have a look about what you're wanting to actually achieve, and you don't have to spend all that money on those crazy gifts if you don't have it. This is critical. The sixth thing you want to avoid spending money on if you want to get rich is, of course, subscriptions. Be careful about signing up for subscriptions. Why? Not because the service isn't valuable, it's because you forget about them. And it's very hard to cancel subscriptions after you've got one, okay? I've had subscriptions where I've had to jump through hoops to try and get rid of it. And the lower the subscription amount, the harder it is, because the less you value it, okay? So just be aware of signing up for subscriptions, or if you do, make sure you have a running list of the subscriptions you have in place. So every month you do an audit, you can cancel those subscriptions, so it's not building up and compounding the amount of money going out of your account. Just have one type of entertainment account like Netflix. Don't have 5. And just make sure every month you are looking at what you're spending money on in your subscriptions, because it's the fastest way to actually get a lot of your money back, okay? So be aware of these subscriptions, not having too many at once. Maybe do one at a time, use it, get the value, get rid of it, move on, okay? It's just entitlement that makes us think we can have all these subscriptions at once, but it's bleeding your money all in one go. And the seventh thing you want to avoid spending money on if you want to get rich is penny stocks. People are trying to create income from trading because they want a second income, and the fastest place they go to is buying and selling these penny stocks. If you want to get it, if you lay down with dogs, you're bound to get fleas, and these companies of penny stocks are just dogs, okay? They don't have any high quality to them. They're not producing an income. It's just a little gambling game you're playing with yourself to think you're going to create income from this experience. And it's the fastest way to lose money because no one, including Warren Buffett, can time the market. So if you're wanting to get into the investing world, don't just dive into penny stock trading because you see something pop up on Instagram or Facebook or whatever it is. Make sure you're actually investing in the knowledge that you need first before deploying that hard-earned money of yours to actually put to work properly and play a longer game, because penny stock trading is a short-term, dopamine-driven, jackpot money mindset game that's just gonna send you broke. Okay, so they're the 7 things you want to avoid spending money on if you want to get rich. Okay, so if you have a desire to learn more about money and you want more of these videos, I've made a ton more videos just like this one. Click above to watch it, but don't click it yet. Click the subscribe button first so you can get access to the next wealth creation success video that I've created. And I'll see you on the other side.